Hello everyone, my name is Putty and welcome back to another new TW series. At the dying embers of TEW2013, I did a Road to Glory on stream. I've decided to do a very similar thing again, however this time with a little bit of a twist. It's the co-op Road to Glory, and I am joined by...
Me. You remember me, maybe. I don't know if I'm the podcast guy. That's all you need to know.
Hey Marshall.
No, I'm Daniel Putty. Good God.
Is his name Daniel? I don't think it is. I think it's Jonathan. It's Jonathan.
Jonathan Puddle.
Jonathan Puddle, yeah.
Jonathan Puddle. Anyways, yeah, that's me. I'm Jonathan Puddle. Praise God or something.
Do you think we should try to get Jonathan Puddle?
Is that going to be defamation? Jonathan, I'm not Jonathan Puddle. It was a joke. Do
you think we should try and get Jonathan Puddle on the podcast?
I think so, actually. He should try to convert you.
Ooh, we could have a debate.
I like it. Church of Pro Wrestling versus Church of God.
Okay, so yeah, the Road to Glory is a challenge where you take a custom-created character with a certain amount of points at the start of their wrestling career with excellent potential, and try to take them from the booker of a basically backyard fed with zero momentum, zero prestige, zero pop, and $1,000, and take them to a 99 or higher rated national level main event at a pay-per-view. But this time we're trying to do it with two characters. We're going to use editor magic to hopefully bring Tucker with me everywhere I go, and hopefully achieve the challenge together. And we've both made user characters. So let's take a look, shall we? Let's take a look at Tucker, who is 14, because we used his real date of birth, which would have put him at 14 at this stage rather than 18. The official challenge, the rules of which I shall hopefully link in the description, says that you should create a character at the age of 18. But we decided just to go with Tucker's real age because I thought it'd be funnier. Why did we? What is the exact reason why you decided? Because it was you who decided to go with your real age. Why was that?
Because technically I'm starting younger, which means hopefully I will get better before my Klein age. So, I just gave myself more time, basically.
Yeah, I think that's probably a decent idea. I wonder how young you can actually make a TW worker.
I've seen 12. That's the youngest I've ever seen. I've seen 12.
So this was your build. I'm going to talk about it. At 25 power.
So it's a bit more all... Yeah, okay. It's a bit more all around than Putty's. I would say some things weren't as thought out as clearly well, but I think I'm clearly going for, a character build versus, a performance-type build. There's actually one thing that I should note. Resilience is supposed to be set to 100 at the start, so we end up tossing the resilience up to 100 and moving that 75 points into my Puro, making me kind of almost a fully complete brawling, hardcore psychopath type character. So if we ever go over to the Japan side, they'll hopefully like me a little bit. A lot of screaming children, maybe, because I'm really scary also. Hopefully my menace can take me through a lot of this.
Yeah, hopefully. Your charisma is not bad.
I'm a big, scary baby face.
Your charisma is not bad either.
Yeah, which is solid. And then there's Putty's build, which is...
I just pretty much picked the stats in terms of everything aside from top row. I just picked the stats I thought were important. I just stuck 75 in them, because you're allowed 750 points, so I decided to just pick 10 skills that I thought were important. Put points into those. So below the top row, I just picked the skills I thought were important, and then at the top row, I just picked the skills I thought were fun. This is take 4. This is take 2. Although the people on YouTube shouldn't know that, so I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore that in future. So yeah, that was my build. Starting things off, and then we have our owner, Old Man Wendell, who is an active wrestler at the start.
He's phenomenal.
He is amazing. Yeah, that's the promotion. Local, we're in Ontario. It's not that hard to survive in Ontario compared to Japan. You'll see when we switch over to the actual year in advance that we haven't taken advantage of this. What happened in our game? In our game, we had a much better wrestling industry than this. Okay, in our game, we had A's and B's throughout most of the first year, and we didn't take advantage of it. But let's switch over to that year in advance game to give you a better overview. So, here we are. Let's start with me. I am the World Runnerweight Champion. I won it off of...
Stand
Stan the
Man.
Man. Yeah, I'm just switching over to these matches. I won it from Stan the Man, and I've defended it a couple of times. Yeah, and yeah, this. Ouch! I just haven't realized that. I just realized I haven't taken a single loss. I've won all 8 matches. Yeah, so this was my year. I retired Old Man Wendell. Aside from that, all the matches are pretty good, including a pair of 43s against Stan the Man and Austin Smooth. All pretty good stuff. Anything you want to comment on my year?
No, not necessarily. No, I got nothing to say.
Okay, everything's improving, and like I said, I mainly put stats that I thought were important, so I'm happy with all of this. The only thing that I'm a little scared about is psychology only improving by 1, but I'm going to chalk that up to having people around me that don't really have the psych to teach me. Other than that, my pop is now at an 18 in Ontario. I'm very over for my position. Moving on to you. This is your year. You have anything to comment on this?
Putting boys over. You know what I mean? That's kind of.
You have more wins than losses.
Barely.
I mean, sure, but that's still more wins than losses.
Yeah, I'm very much all right with that. I mean, you can see at the very start, I just put a lot of dudes over. I didn't feel like pushing it too hard, but you know, halfway through the year, something changed in Putty. Started to politic against me. Even though I actually have a lot more wins on the back half of the year than I do the front half, so who knows? Maybe
the only losses you take after your little
insane.
jobs, the only losses you take after your little job streak are to me and Austin Smooth, and to Cobra, who was about to get a title shot.
Fucking Cobra.
Who was about to get a title shot.
Fuck Cobra.
Also, the pay-per-view was named after him.
Fuck Cobra. Everybody hates Cobra.
I will say Tucker really underperformed here in these big matches. Like a 25 main event. Austin Smooth he only got a 25 against. Like,
these are like 40-minute long matches, but he keeps throwing me in. That's what it was. That's the burial attempt.
Yeah, even though they were often the same length of matches, I was wrestling. But
yeah, we're different builds.
I mean, we're the same weight now.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
15. Here's your pop in Ontario, a little bit below.
I'm only one below you.
Only one below me, thanks to your scary appearances. And yeah, in terms of the shows as a whole, let's take a look at them. These were our shows. Clearly, we had a sort of a naming scheme going on with them. Would you like to explain that, Tucker?
So instead of chapters, Wendell's. Because Old Man Wendell.
Yep. So we had the Big Bangin', the Goofy, the Wendell retirement show. We had thanks Goofy in front of 15 people.
Goofy was making our graphics.
Yep.
Just to explain that one.
20 people. Wendell 5, Vendetta.
Yes, changed it to V.
With our powers combined, where the Putty Tuck tag team debuted.
And it was terrible.
I mean, it's alright.
It was okay, but I mean, like, not as good. Come on.
Cobra Strikes Back, where Tucker had the awful main event.
It's because Cobra went over.
Just awful. And then I just beat you on the mic. Ugh, it's just, oof. It wasn't a good look.
Yeah, explain that one.
I mean, you just had a bad night, man. I don't know what to tell you. Then I returned to the main event scene, rescuing it from Tucker's adequacy. And then Tucker, unfortunately, took the main event scene back for his birthday show.
Hit that 60 at the end,
and still underperformed me.
60 or 50?
That's a 50, but that's a promo. What matters is the matches, bro. We're performance fed. We're performance fed, bro. Also,
SWF is gonna love me.
This is Wendellmania.
Wendellmania.
Yep. This is the product we're running with at the moment. Okay, so now to explain where we're at going forward into the new year. This is an explanation both for the audience and for Tucker, because Tucker hasn't seen what I've been doing off screen. We are currently in February of 2017, so we almost had a really good run. So, we got up to 5. Yeah, I'll explain that in a second. We got up to 5 pop at the end of September, and then if we had run in January, we would have been fine. The reason I didn't run in January is because we were still about $500 in the red. So I thought, okay, I'll hire a bunch of people and then we'll move into February and start from there. Unfortunately, that seems to have been the threshold to start losing pop. And we are pretty much back where we started, but with a not-so-great wrestling industry. But it's still all right. Now, we have two ways we can go about this. I'll show you guys the main roster in a second. We could either go what I was originally planning on doing and just running quarterly shows. The ones I've retained are The Big Bangin', The Carnival of Wendell, W for Vendetta, and With Our Powers Combined.
I like it.
those are our 4 quarterly shows. It was going to be every 2 months, and we're also going to have Thanks Goofy and Tucker's Dick, but those are currently dormant. Tucker's Dick is of course always dormant.
Unfortunately.
So we could either just run these shows and slowly build up in pop, or we could try to take advantage of the current wrestling industry and run a few shows here in February, a few shows here in March, and try to build up our pop, and then move to quarterly shows out of that with a little bit of a deficit we have to claw back. I looked it up, and apparently you can be pretty in debt for a while. I think we don't have to worry about a 10k debt that we were floating around last time. Also, I have cut down costs a little bit. It might not look it, but nobody here is on a downside agreement. If these guys don't wrestle, these guys don't get paid. Not to mention, Old Man Wendell is now officially pushed as a road agent, and he doesn't cost any money because he's working for free.
Well, we're going to have to... Now that he's pushed as a road agent, we're going to have to make sure we change it every single match that he doesn't end up road agenting.
Well, no, we're probably just going to let him road agent. Fuck it. We do. It's
oh, God.
We've got 1 pop.
That's fair.
But, yeah. I work for free, and then Tucker, who's really good, also only works for... What? Oh, that's estimated cost. Okay. Only works for $220 per show. So, that's all pretty cheap. I also changed our ref. Our old ref worked for $400 a night, but there's some other... I mean, that wasn't too bad, especially because he was a decent-ass ref, but I found a really shit ref.
That's all we need.
That's a really bad ref, and he works for $140 per show. He's also a risky ref. Most people on the roster now are working for around $250 a show, but there's one guy we got to be careful of. I like him. I think he should be on the roster, but $340 a show for Preston Fuller here. I'm not sure why. He's as good as everybody else. Maybe because he's a real safe dude, but he's nice. He's cool. He's a fun little guy, but he's not worth that amount. But we'll keep him around. He's over in the area. Austin here, I managed to negotiate down. He's at $260 per show now, and then we'll move into our upper mid carders. Gary Walker, $220 per show. The entire roster now is on a 1-year unlimited appearance contract. So we've got these guys for a year. Cool. Kato, $270, probably worth it. He's good. He's also really over decent. In Japan.
Hero Boomer,
who is $290 per show, so pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And then $260 per show for Tiger Prince.
Solid.
Yep. For our mid-carders, we've got Bendich.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yep. I too remember.
He's on $200 a show. Danjiro Kikuchi, $200 per show. Jules Knight, $220 per show. Justice Jolien, $230 per show. And I think we have one lower mid-carder. Yeah. Sarah Zawa, who's on $200 per show. So, cool. Yeah, all relatively cheap guys. We can run a few shows and kind of see where it leaves us. This is our creative meeting at the moment. I'm where I should be, of course. Next big thing is Gary Walker and Bendich. Hot prospects. All these guys.
Solid.
Gary Walker can actually cut a promo.
Oh.
Showstoppers, there we are.
There we are.
Ring Generals, there we are.
There we are.
Who's hot? Me and you.
Let's go.
Who's not? These guys. Time decline. Oof, luckily nobody, because the average age of the roster is 21 or something.
Yeah.
If we look, aside from Wendell and our ref, 28 is the oldest, and then, yeah, most people are around there. Of course, we got you down there at fucking 15.
15, baby. Taking those bumps.
You are taking those bumps. So yeah, that's the roster. That's our show. We're going to come back to you at the end of at the end of 2017 and see where you are. Is there anything you want to add? Anything I missed?
No, I don't think so.
All right, cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys next time.